The recipe I'll be sharing with you today is Martha Washington's rum punch, and it's a recipe adapted by the one and the only Dale DeGraff, the king of cocktails, and one of the most important, probably the most important person in modern cocktails. He's basically a founding father of the craft cocktail movement. If you're into drinking good, high quality cocktails, whether that's classic, modern, tropical, or even tiki, those drinks are partly only good now because of Dale DeGraff, an influential figure and the leader of the craft cocktail revolution. And speaking of revolutions, it is said that at George Washington's first inauguration, a rum punch was served, maybe even this rum punch. While Americans today are obsessed, overly so, with bourbon, and bourbon is our national spirit, this country was founded on rum made from molasses from the Caribbean. The American Revolution was heavily influenced by rum, and the British policies put in place for the decades prior to the Revolution, including the Molasses Act, which was designed to limit the colony's access to rum, the Sugar Act, which eased those restrictions, and then the Stamp Act. You take a person's rum, and they will rebel. If you're interested in the history of rum, there is no better book, in my opinion, than And a Bottle of Rum by Wayne Curtis. When Washington was commanding the Continental Army, he would provide daily rations of rum to his soldiers. Now, earmuff time for those of you that may be a little sensitive, but it's said that Washington even supplied daily rations to his slaves. And at the time of his death, there were 317 slaves at Mount Vernon. Washington's views on slavery are contradictory. In his later life, there is a record of him being opposed to slavery, but at the same time, he does not free any of his slaves in his lifetime, and he only grants that freedom upon Martha's death. If you're into rum, its origin, its history, or just history in general, you have to be willing to at least acknowledge the deep, dark shit that comes with it. I, for one, am endlessly fascinated with George Washington. He is without a doubt the most important, influential person in American history. Could have become a king, but instead he walked away. Obviously a contradiction and not a perfect person by any means, but no one is, including the people at mountvernon.org who credit today's recipe to a guy named Dale DeGraff. Come on. Today's recipe is sourced by mountvernon.org, and I will be sending my own postwriter to them to fix that typo. You'll need white rum, dark rum, orange curacao, simple syrup, lemon juice, orange juice, lemons, orange, nutmeg, cinnamon, cloves, and boiling water. Get yourself a large container. Martha probably used a similar Cambro to this one. Quarter 1 orange and add it to your container. Then quarter 3 lemons and add them to your container. Next, add in 4 ounces of fresh lemon juice. Followed by 4 ounces orange juice. 4 ounces of simple syrup. Next, we're going to grate some nutmeg, about half a teaspoon or more if you'd like. Add in 3 cinnamon sticks broken up into smaller pieces. And finally, 6 whole cloves. Next, add 12 ounces of boiling water. And then we're going to mash this all together. Before we strain this or add rum, let's let this sit for about 5 minutes to cool down. All right, next I'm going to strain this, and then I'm going to add our rum. Added 3 ounces of white rum, 3 ounces of dark rum, and 3 ounces of an orange curacao. I'm going to serve this over 1 large ice cube and 1 cracked ice cube. And then garnish with more nutmeg. I don't own a punch bowl. I don't own a historic goblet, so this is the best we get today. All right, let's taste Martha Washington's rum punch. Out of all the drinks I've made recently, this is maybe one of the most bland, uh, one of the weakest drinks. And you would think colonial times it'd be a pretty stiff drink, but it's at 12 ounces of boiling water that really just dilutes this drink. It's still, a little warmer than room temp, so getting more dilution from your ice here as well. The flavor of this one is not bad at all either. I'm assuming Dale DeGroff modified whatever recipe he found to kind of make this a more balanced drink, but I do think that 12 ounces of water, it's just too much. I don't think you need that much in your container when you're trying to extract everything from your citrus and your citrus peels. The drink doesn't taste bad at all, and I'm not trying to cast any shade onto Martha Washington. It's just a little watered down and a little weak, and I think you can combat that by using a little stronger rums, more rum. I'll calculate out the ABV we had of this drink, or at least an estimate, because I think that'll give us a better idea. If I was doing this recipe again, there's a couple things that I would probably do differently. I wouldn't take the juice of the citrus and then also whole citrus. I would just juice all of those citruses and put them in. Maybe adapt it to be a little less juice if you do it that way. I think it's kind of wasteful to be putting in a whole orange and 3 whole limes since you're not really getting all the juice out of it. I try to increase that ABV, and I would change the rum to something that's a little more flavorful. So the big question, should you celebrate 4th of July with this drink? I don't think so. Unless you live in Boston and you're dressing up and reenacting the Boston Tea Party and you're wearing a wig and the full revolutionary garb, I just don't see the purpose in making this. But it's an interesting drink that's from Martha Washington that she made, or so they say. Maybe she had a little bit of help. We don't know. But I don't want to discourage you from making it. I think if you have all these ingredients and you want to make this drink, make it and then, taste it before you serve it. Add some more rum if you need to. Maybe use a little less water. Maybe use more juice. It's really coming through. Orange juice and a tiny bit of rum and some of those spices. Actually, my favorite part of this whole thing is that nutmeg on the top. That's it for this one. This was Martha Washington's rum punch as served in the historically accurate crate and barrel glassware. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like below. Consider subscribing to the channel, and otherwise, see you in the next one.